Hello and welcome back to Sorare Assist. Adam here. Today I'm going to be sharing my Challenger Europe Limited SAD with you guys. So stick around for that. If you do like this video, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. If you're not signed up to Sorare yet, sign up using the link below to get a free limited card and 13 common cards. As I say, today I'm going to be highlighting my Challenger Europe Limited SAD. Now this SAD is going to be the majority of my 5 players that I'm going to pick in most of the Challenger Europe teams week in, week out. Barring any injuries, of course. Of course, I have also got some other players in the Challenger Europe division that I can use as my all-star team or as potential backups for this team, but the team that I'm going to show you today is the main 5 players that I'll be mainly using every week on the Challenger Europe Limited S05 tournament. And I'll also show my first choice backups as well in those positions. So here's the graphic then, and I'm going to reveal my Challenger Europe team, starting with the goalkeeper, then defender, midfielder, forward and the extra slot. So let's have a look then who I've gone for in goal. So in goal I've gone for Davy Roof of Ghent. I think he's going to be an absolutely fantastic choice this season after his great end to last season. And I've also got Gunay Gavenk as the backup keeper. Let's just have a quick look at the Davy Roof scores then. So as you can see, he's got an L5 and an L15 of 69 and 60, which is absolutely brilliant. If we look at his scores from the end of last season, when he obviously became first choice after Bolat decided that he wanted to transfer away from Ghent, he's got some absolutely fantastic scores, including 9 clean sheets in 18 starts in the last year. So he's looking a fantastic option to me as a first choice player in my goalkeeper slot for my Challenger Europe Limited SAD. So next we'll have a look at the defender slot, see who I've gone for in that position. And that player is Douglas Santos, one of my favourite players on the platform. This is a card that I purchased quite some time ago now. I've also got his rare card as well, the 1 of 100 rare card. He's a fantastic choice, I'm sure you guys are aware of him, and the Russian League is just about to kick off as well. And backup I've got Marcus Senesi of Feyenoord. That was actually a reward from one of the game weeks. Let's take a closer look at Douglas Santos then. As you can see, he's got an L15 of 72 and an L40 of 66. Now if we look at his scores then, we can see some really good high numbers here and a fantastic all-round score as well of an average of 27 in the last year from 34 appearances. He doesn't need goals or assists as well to actually get these peak scores, which is one of the fantastic things about Douglas Santos. So he's a fantastic option in my defender slot. So next we're going to have a look who I've gone for in midfield. So in the midfield slot I've gone for Raphael Hallhauser, now of Louvain, who was obviously playing for Beerschot, but unfortunately they did get relegated. Now that wasn't Hallhauser's fault. He is a fantastic player and I expect him to fill the boots of Xavier Mercier, who of course has now left Louvain to move on to Hungary. Unfortunately, I did have one of his cards, but Hallhauser is a fantastic replacement and I think he's going to get the sort of scores that Mercier was getting at Louvain. He's already scored 2 goals in pre-season as well, a bleat from the penalty spot, but I think he's going to be a fantastic card this season. Backup for Hallhauser, I've got Christian Bruls of Saint Trudense, so another fantastic option there in the midfield position. Now if we look at Raphael Hallhauser a bit closer, now as I say, he was playing for Beerschot last season, and as we know they didn't have the best of seasons, and he wasn't starting a lot of games either towards the end of the season as well, so that's why we can see some lower scores here. If we look at his score graph at all the scores that we've got available on Sorare data, when he was playing for a better Beerschot team, this was during this period here, where he was playing for his Beerschot team that wasn't as terrible as there was in the last season that's just gone by. We can see that he was scoring some absolutely fantastic scores in the 70s, 80s, 90s. He was actually one of the best cards in terms of the Challenger Europe division back then in the 2021 season, when Beerschot were having a much better time in the Belgium League. And as you can see as well, with all the data we've got available, in 58 starts, 6 from the sub-bench, he's had 19 goals and 23 assists, which I'm sure you'll agree is absolutely brilliant. So I think he's going to really kick on at Louvain. and I think he's going to score some fantastic points as well in the upcoming season. I certainly hope so, because I've got 2 of his limited cards and also a rare card as well of Hallhauser. So let's move on to the forward position then. So up front, the first choice forward I've gone for is Steven Berghuis of Ajax. Now I think he's going to have an even better season this season than he did last season for Ajax. Obviously last season was his first season at the club. I think he's had time to settle in now, and I believe that he's going to be getting some fantastic scores in the upcoming season, carrying on from where left off last time out. Now I've not included a forward backup in this position in this graphic, as you can see here. That is because my extra slot is filled by a forward, which I will reveal in a moment. Let's have a closer look at Steven Berghuis then. So he got an L15 of 65 and an L40 of 60 from last season. And if we look at his scores as well from 2022, we can see that he was getting some really good scores there in the Ajax team, including 3 goals and 6 assists in 2022 alone. He's got a good all-round game as well, with plenty of passes, key passes and that sort of thing. Plenty of shots as well on goal. As I say, I think he's going to be fantastic this season for Ajax. And he does have a long contract with them as well until 2025. So let's have a look at the final slot then, the extra slot to complete this Challenger Europe Limited side. And the player I've gone for in the extra slot is Malcolm of Zenit Petersburg. He has confirmed now that he's going to be staying at the Russian club, despite the issues that's going on currently in Russia. You obviously can link up as well with Douglas Santos in my defence, which is always a bonus, and I think he's going to be a fantastic card to have in your arsenal this season. If we look at his recent performance, he's got an L15 of 61 and an L40 of 62. He's only 25 as well, an absolutely fantastic player on the S05 scoring matrix. Let's have a look at some of his scores then. So we can see in the last year he's got some brilliant numbers here, including 2 scores of 100 as well, and 9 goals and 7 assists in the last year alone in 29 starts. He's also got a good all-round game as well, 17.4. This is really good, especially for a forward. So as you can see, he's another fantastic player to have in your S05 teams. So that completes my limited Challenger Europe team. Surely you'll agree there's some fantastic players in that squad, and I'm hoping that this team can really do the business for me in the upcoming season. What do you think to my selections? Is there any players that you would change? Do let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. If you're not signed up to Sorare yet, there's a link in the description below. If you want to get signed up today and get 13 common cards and a free limited card. Also consider checking out my Patreon as well, where I have regular scouting on there and pre-season action as well, plus all the latest goings on in the transfer window. Okay guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon.